Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Summer Fair by Heidi Swain, read by Karen Cass. Chapter 1. Falling asleep to the soothing sounds of Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday had been a well-established childhood habit, and one that stayed with me until I was in my early 20s. When I was little, I used to lay in bed, my eyelids drooping as I listened to Mum's sweet voice as it accompanied the music she always had playing in the house. It comfortingly carried up the stairs and into my room, lulling me into a peaceful sleep. But when she died shortly before her 40th birthday, after her second stroke in as many years, the music stopped. I banished the melodic backdrop, unplugged the radio, packed away the vinyl, and took an oath that I would never listen to music or sing another note. At that point, my heart had been broken twice over a song, and I was adamant that it wouldn't happen again. I had more than one reason for taking the self-imposed vow of silence, but as a result, I found falling asleep nigh on impossible. I generally stared at the ceiling until, just a couple of hours before I had to get up, I pitched over the edge into a disturbing, nightmare-filled haze. Consequently, I had downloaded the RSPB Birdsong app to help rouse me before I was ever anywhere near rested. It was nowhere near as soulful as Ella or Billie, but it just about did the job. On the eve of June the 23rd, I sat on the edge of the narrow single bed in the house I shared with 3 other people, still mostly unknown to me even after months of cohabitation, and considered not setting my avian alarm. Of all the days of the year, this was the one that would guarantee no sleep at all. Better to be safe than sorry, I murmured nonetheless, keying in the time I needed to be ready for another busy shift working at the Edith Cavell care home. Just as I had known I would be, I was still awake before the alarm the next morning and much earlier than any lark. I swept my hair into a ponytail, pulled on my cotton floral dressing gown, and padded down to the kitchen, willing myself not to play through events as they had unfolded minute by minute exactly 2 years ago. It won't ever go away, a well-meaning neighbour had warned me during the excruciating weeks which had followed Mum's fatal stroke. But time will rub away the sharpest edges of it. It was a mercy that they had been right about that, but sometimes it felt like time was ticking by at an extraordinarily slow pace.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?